everyone. Welcome back to the Becoming Table Talk, the space where we gather, exhale, and talk about what it really takes to lead with purpose, clarity, and integrity.
I'm Shawn, recreation therapist and empowerment coach. I'm here for the leadership that strengthens people, not just processes.
Hi, everyone. I'm LaTrise, and I'm an executive assistant. And I live where vision meets calendar. Boundaries, rhythm, and clear systems are my love language.
Hey, y'all. I'm Crystal, occupational therapist and creative systems thinker. I help leaders turn big ideas into daily momentum.
Yes.
And I'm Dr. Laryssa, co-founder of Sisters in Healing. This table is for BIPOC women in the helping professions who are building legacy without losing themselves. So let me tell you, your seat is saved. So let's get into it. All right.
Yes.
So today we're starting a 2-part series on organizational leadership. Look, we're not talking about color-coded planners or inbox zeros. Like, you can get that anywhere. But what we're talking about is strategic organizational competency that builds credibility and creates infrastructure for your success. So, part 1 is what we're going to talk about tonight, is the planning side. It's systems, time architecture, decision making. And then in the next episode, it's all about execution, communication, problem solving, and adaptation. So here's the truth. Disorganized leaders, they create chaotic teams. Ooh. And as a BIPOC woman who is often under extra scrutiny, strong organizational skills really become visible proof of what is our excellence. So let's just dig in, okay?
All right.
So Crystal,
Yes.
you have a way of just breaking these things down. So if you could just help us really get into this and understand, how do we move from the personal productivity to the actual leadership?
So strategic planning connects the daily to the destination.
Mm.
So if your team executed perfectly on today's task, right?
Yeah.
Would it move your big goals? You got to think about that question.
Right.
They're executing perfectly.
Yeah.
Is it going to move your big goal? And if not, there's a systems gap, right?
Right.
So we need frameworks that are going to align the effort with the impact. So you have to have clear priorities, clear workflows, and clear measures that matter.
Absolutely, Crystal. Trust me, I couldn't believe it, but I saw a director run 12 metrics.
12?
Daily stand-ups and weekly reports.
Oof.
Everybody was just exhausted.
I bet.
When I asked the team for their top 3 priorities, you know what I got?
Cricket.
Silence. That's not strategy. That's noise.
Yeah.
Activity is not progress.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Right. Organizing tasks is not the same thing as organizing outcomes. So with my execs, we name what truly matters. What's the goal? What's the end result? Then we build systems around those goals. So everything else gets delegated. So say that you have a main event every year, that's going to happen. And then around that, those daily tasks, they get delegated and then automated or even dropped. Some things you look to see what's important and what's not. So clarity is kindness.
Yes, it
to
is.
your team.
Yeah. Delegation and automation and the willingness to be able to let something go, that is mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
That is
letting some things go. Yeah.
that's necessary. And what you were talking about, the clarity, clarity shows up in how you really structure your time. So not just for you, but also for your team. right?
Right.
Yes.
So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about time architecture. So we covered personal time management previously, but
Mhm.
today is a bit bigger. So how do leaders design time for an entire team? What you think, Shawn? Like, how do you
Well,
do that?
first of all, you have to think like an architect, right? An architect has all these plans laid out, right? Before they can even start to decide how to build. So don't just schedule meetings, ladies. Design rhythms.
Ooh, I like that.
Me too.
Create time containers to specific work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For an example, Monday in the morning, strategize and prioritize.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday and Thursday in the afternoon, collaboration and decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, which we all love Wednesday as a hump day, deep work, no meetings. When the rhythm is known, context switching drops and output rises.
Yeah.
Just like a new song. When
Yeah.
it drops, the output will rise.
Shawn, you got to make sure that you're aligning those timelines with reality. We talked about that before. Like, it's got to be realistic. And
Yes.
then, because when leaders set aggressive deadlines and then
Mhm.
put in the execution, when the
Yeah.
plan was impossible,
Mm.
it just wasn't going to work anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to think about capacity. You have to think about your buffers and
Mm.
parent communication, because all those things, those three things we just talked about, that's organizational skills right there.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and over promising to prove that you belong is a trap. Okay.
Mm.
So you don't have to do that. You don't have to say, okay, can you get this to me by 12 o'clock today? Sure. But you got 10 other things that are due by 12 o'clock today. Okay.
Yes.
So don't overpromise. Don't get caught up in that trap. And it's okay to say, get your little statement ready. With my current resources, the timeline isn't realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So another way to say that is, right now I've got other things to do. Can I get that for you? And then say at a later date, and if tomorrow at noon is not realistic, say Wednesday. Well, Shawn just told us Wednesday was a hump day, so no meetings on Wednesday, or whatever your rhythm you have decided your rhythm is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on say it. I'll get it on that day.
Yeah.
The point is that when you're wise enough to do this and strong enough and brave enough to do this, it's not looked at as weakness. It's
Yeah.
looked at as wisdom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime that you can hold true to yourself of
Right.
the reality of what is actually in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and to overpromise a thing can place yourself in a jam and
Right.
not the other people, right? So
Right.
wisdom that flows right into how we decide.
Mm-hmm.
So let's build the structure that decisions live in. Let's take a look at that. So organizational strength lives in your decision systems. So, Crystal, you also have a way for us to be able to look at this and understand it. So, if you could just walk us through that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it this way. I want to divide this up into 3 anchors. The first anchor is you want to have sufficient data and not perfect data.
Yes.
So you want to use that 70% rule. If you've got about 70% of what you need and the risk isn't catastrophic, decide and move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our second anchor, we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have the right voices at the right moments.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those decisions need input. Some of our decisions need approval. But some need a swift call from you because you are the leader and
Yes.
you need to name the difference.
Yes.
And that third and final anchor, you got to document the framework.
Mm-hmm.
People know how decisions get made.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you can reduce that confusion and you can speed up that execution.
Yes, Crystal. And please delegate authority.
Ooh.
Don't just give tasks. If everything waits on you as the leader, you're the bottleneck. You're not just the leader, you're the bottleneck.
Yeah, it becomes you slowing stuff down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Share decision rights, grow leaders, and move work, ladies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You want everything to keep flowing. I mean,
Mhm.
that's how it's generated. So I like to use a simple matrix or system. So high impact, high risk, leave that to the leaders, right? The decision makers for the company, the organization, your business. Okay. And then the low impact, low risk, you can delegate those with checkpoints. So you delegate those tasks with how you want to see that done. Okay. Trust that those people can do, trust who you gave it to can do the job. Low impact, very low impact. So you, on those tasks, you delegate fully and trust them again. Trust that they can do that. And then you'll be miles ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. That cuts the delays and like really it helps to build the confidence of the people that are working with you, right? Like they know that I know that my leader trusts that I can get this done. And so I want to make sure that I do an amazing job for them and for me.
Yes.
And so when your strategy systems, your time architecture, your decision framework, when it all clicks, your team, then they can actually move. They don't have to wait. Everything isn't just dependent upon you given the green light. And so that really, this tees us up for the next time, for our next part 2 of what we're talking about, which is the communication and adapting in real time and building these continuous improvement systems. So we want to recap just for your leadership journal. We hope that you're keeping track of all of these points that we're providing for you. We hope that you really find these useful and that you can go out and implement these things like right away. So we were talking about strategic systems where you are aligning your daily efforts to meet those big goals. And then time architecture, where you design team rhythms that will protect the focus and then also the flow.
Yes.
And lastly is the decision infrastructure. Clarify data thresholds, the voices, and who has authority to make moves. So these truly are not like, that would be nice to do. In actuality, these are like the backbone of credible, sustainable leadership.
Yes.
Right. So in our next episode, we are going to translate this into action. So you have that execution we talked about, communication, and that adaptation and iteration. So planning without execution is what?
Just a
dream, right?
Just a dream. It's only just a dream.
Just a dream. And remember, when we build strong systems, ladies, we don't just look organized. It's not just about looking organized. We liberate people to do their best work.
Right. And your team will feel the difference. There'll be fewer fires, less chaos, and more trust. They'll learn to trust you as a leader, and you learn to trust them as team members.
Yes.
That's leadership that they can count on,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So look, we want to say thank you once again for pulling up a chair at the Becoming Table Talk. We want to keep building systems that's going to serve your vision and really move you forward. And so, until we meet again for Execution Adaptation Deep Dive, we're saving you a seat. We'll see you the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.